Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Sports, your daily guide to all things that are happening in Indian cricket, specifically the ongoing Indian Premier League 2025 season. As always, we are privileged to have two very special guests on the show tonight. We've got Dwaipan Datta from Chennai joining us tonight on the show. And then we've got Gaurav Gupta, who's joining us from Mumbai. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. I want to start off. We've had about 2.5 weeks of this competition. Dharpan, first with you. What did you make of Priyansh Arya, the young left-hander who's playing for Punjab Kings? He failed against the pure pace of Jofra Archer, but against Chennai, your team, he made merry.
Yes, the talent is obviously there. I'm not going there. What stood out for me was the fearlessness. Like in the match before, in the first ball, he got out to Jofra Archer, getting a first ball duck, a young boy trying to make a career for himself in the big league. Next match comes out, first ball hits a six of Khalil. There's no fear in the guy. Like that is what stood out for me. Like there are many players who have the talent. That's not a problem. But somebody who for whom this is the first IPL and who is trying to make a name for himself and a place for himself and who is not a favorite in the state cricket circle, the, he being so bold, so courageous, that's what stood out. And of course, what an innings that was. Yes, he gave a few chances, but that's fine. That's par for the course when you take on bowling of that quality the way he did. Fantastic innings, great guy to look forward to.
Gaurav, the innings was tremendous. Also, there is praise coming in from all quarters, especially his own team, his head coach Ricky Ponting, an acclaimed cricketer himself, acclaimed great as well. He lauded Priyansh Arya's approach. This must mean a lot for this young man.
Well, it must be, I'm sure. And I think I must credit the Delhi Premier League for producing a few quality cricketers, or at least cricketers who are doing well in the IPL. I think that leg spinner Digvesh is also a DPL product, and so is Priyansh. Absolutely phenomenal player. I think Shikhar Dhawan has also tweeted some good things about him. The also from Delhi and former India opener. The guy looks a really good prospect. जैसे अभिषेक हैं वैसे ही he hits strongly through the offside. मारते हैं तो मतलब सीधा छक्का ही जाता है. So he's got some power in his wrists and his in his hands. Exciting prospect, and then to recover, as Dwapan said, after a first ball duck and come out smashing all guns blazing, smashing Khalil for first two balls of the match for sixes. I think it's a very rare happening, and it's absolutely phenomenal knock. I hope he's able to sustain it. This kind of form that he has shown and the potential that he has shown, because we have seen in the IPL that in the past there have been cases. Paul Valtati comes to my mind, a 45 ball 100 or something, and then he just faded into oblivion. I hope that's not the case with this boy. And he goes on to, I'm not sure, has he played? I think he's played for the India under 19 team as well. So I hope
Yeah,
he
he
builds
has.
on
Yes.
from here and goes on and does well for Delhi in domestic cricket and makes a case for himself in the Indian team, for selection in the Indian team. And surely, I think another exciting. We've got a few exciting. Abhishek Sharma is also an exciting opening talent, and then to have this guy as well. It's good that there'll be healthy competition, and somebody who can put his hand up as the third or the fourth opener in the side, and certainly somebody who can be considered in case there are injuries to the people in the main squad.
Yeah, absolutely. But the weapon, even as we celebrate the presence of a number of young talents in this competition so far, one thing that has stood out is the outdated approach of certain teams, or certain teams with stars not doing well, and certain teams with a lot of bombast not being able to do well. Specifically, three teams: Chennai, Mumbai, and Hyderabad. Which has been the worst team so far in your view?
In my view, the worst team has been Chennai because their approach is they have it seems that they have got it wrong right from the auction table. Like the players that they have gone for used to be good players. But this been there, done that. kind of players cricket is gone. Now it's the T20 cricket is about players who are doing it at the moment. It has shifted, and especially in IPL where you are playing basically a 12 member teams where you need not be fearful of the fact that you will lose a wicket or you are keeping wickets towards the end. That kind of a thing is slowly gone out of the window. But CSK has stuck to that model, has stuck to that template, and the players that they have taken, their qualities have diminished over the years. You have Deepak Huda, Rahul Tripathi, MS Dhoni, Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin. They are not the players that they were a few years ago, and that is showing up. That is showing up. They have always said that you cannot buy experience in the market. Experience is the key thing, but current form is also an important thing in today's game. There is a lot of talent in Indian cricket. This influx of talent in Indian cricket, I think CSK has missed the bus that way. I think they have been the worst team, and SRH has been bad because they have stuck to one philosophy. Like they are refusing to modulate according to the situation. That is where they are going wrong. They are a tremendous team, but they have to respect the conditions sometimes. If you lose two wickets, give a little more time, na? Then things will fall into place. I do not know why they are being so uh, bullish about it. It's very sad. It's very sad that SRH is unraveling the way they are.
Gaurav, just picking up from what Dwaipan said, just wanted to know your views. Do you agree whether Chennai is the worst squad right now in this competition? And also looking at the options that they have. There's someone like Gurjapneet Singh. I've heard a lot of good things about him. The left arm bowler who has done well for Tamil Nadu and is a decent T20 bowler. There's Anshul Kamboj in the lineup. Sheikh Rashid is there. Ramakrishna Ghosh. I saw him last year in the Maharashtra Premier League. So there is talent. There's Nathan Ellis over there. But there's a certain stubbornness about this lineup compared to the other teams that does not allow them to make changes.
I think first thing, Chandresh, is that they need to talk about the elephant in the room. And they need to sort of at some point, some seasons surely they need to give MS Dhoni a fitting farewell and move on from the god of their team. One of the legends of the IPL. They need to sort of rebuild the squad from there. That is the I know Dhoni is the art and the heart and the soul of the team, but I think the rebuilding needs to start from there. And then of course I think buying back Ravichandran Ashwin was a senseless move according to me. Ashwin has given his best to the game and is now only playing in the IPL, not playing international cricket anymore. I'm not sure how much sort of motivation is a different thing than perhaps not being match fit. There was also this controversy around him. I think on his YouTube shows now he has been barred from discussing about CSK. So I think he is more into that world now than in actual field of play. I'm not entirely sure about the concentration part. And when it comes to youngsters, I just don't understand their whole reluctance around not playing. Guys like Anshul Kamboj. I mean, the guy's had a fantastic domestic season. You've paid a lot of money to buy him. I think around some 6.5 crores or 5 crores. Then play him. In the 11. I think Ahmed has been their most smartest buy in the last auction. Other than that, I think Rahul Tripathi, guys like, I mean, these guys were very good 2-3 seasons back, as I said in the last show as well. But they have not been, and I think the move to demote the captain Rituraj Gaikwad to number 3 has also been a very bad step. He's had great IPLs while opening the innings, so why not stick to what has worked? He should be right there opening the innings, and it should be one amongst Devon Conway and Rachin Ravindra opening the innings with him. Rachin has also unfortunately not. He's been sort of, been there, sort of blow hot, blow cold kind of performances. Not really been there entirely. Overall, I think a lot of Shivam Dubey is also not got going the way we know he can destroy attacks. He'll start होते हैं अच्छा खेलते हैं फिर out हो जाता है. Although I thought last night their chase was okay. It was not a bad chase. They're falling short again. MS Dhoni अब थोड़ा इतना criticism हुआ तो उसके बाद 6-7 पे आने लग गए हैं. Number 6, 7. maybe that also can be altered at times. Perhaps he can even push himself by the 12th, 13th over, realizing that there are many runs. I mean, I still think he's coming too late. By the time he's just reducing the margin of the defeat, not exactly taking coming at a time when the game could be won or lost. थोड़ा और लेट हो रहा है उनका आना. So Ravindra Jadeja, we have seen how he's lost his, again he's retired from T20 cricket. Batting उनका उस तरह से रहा नहीं है T20 में, especially, you know. So overall, Deepak Huda, another guy who was doing very well a few years back, but has drastically his game has gone down. So I think all in all, quite a struggle for them. You know, they need to find ways. I don't know how. They're also not at on the best of terms. It seems with the Chennai Curator, like a few other teams. You know, in this IPL, and they feel that the pitches back home could offer them more turn, which hasn't happened. So I think team pretty much which looks on its way to one of its worst seasons.
Uh, just on that point, Dwepen, the spinners, especially the experienced guys, Ashwin obviously is now rising up once again. He's the third highest wicket taker in IPL history, and he surpassed Bhuvneshwar Kumar. There was a comment by one of our viewer, Akshay Vinayagam, talking about Jadeja and his batting and bowling prowess. Do you think these two gentlemen, Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja, this season has like somehow shown them to be like at least a step too far for them this season, for both of them and for a few other players that you mentioned?
Yeah, I think the fear factor around Ashwin and Jadeja has come down significantly. Like they are no longer the two like feared spinners in on the Indian circuit. Kuldeep Yadav is, Varun Chakravarti is, but these two are no longer the force that they were, uh, and and we have to understand that with time teams have also understood how to go about the business against this CSK team. They are attacking the weaker pace bowler. They are milking Ashwin for 10 and over. 10 and over, like one big hit and three singles is not a problem. So he's going every game he's going for 40. Uh, they they are slightly looking to not go out and out against Jadeja. So and every team has learned to play them. Like it is not like they just come out and swing their bats and get out. Like the biggest example was RCB. The way they batted, because they have been doing that over the years, and losing to CSK at Chepauk. They did not do that. The teams have got this point that and when you know that you have, if you get 180 on the board to be competitive, then the pressure also comes down, because CSK hasn't chased a total of beyond 180 for the last 4 years. So that is a worrying thing. That is a pressure on the bowlers also, because they, these batters now with 7 8 batters, they know how to reach that 180 190 mark without taking chances. For Ashwin and Jadeja to be successful, batters have to constantly take chances against them, which they are not taking. They need not take so many chances, and that's why it's becoming easy for them. Noor is a special bowler. Noor is again is a new boy. They have punted on him, and he's doing well. He's hitting the right spots. He is showing that he is the number one bowler of the team. And another thing I will say about CSK is that the poor form of Matisha Patirana. Like he was a spearhead for CSK over the years. Like he used to get wickets in a bulk and did not concede runs. This time he's getting his length wrong and taken apart. So it has kind of everything is falling apart for this team.
Yeah, that's a lot of CSK post-mortem by us for today. Moving to their neighboring city of Bangalore. And that's a team that has surprised a lot of us with their performance. And one man who's really made a big difference, Gaurav, has been their captain, Rajat Patidar. What a performance by him. And he's really taken to leadership quite well. And he's done very well. Considering that he's a new captain, unsure at times last year, but this time he appears to be in charge.
Imagine the same Rajat Patidar in the first few years of his being signed up by RCB, he used to be sent home after 4-5 matches, 21 and 22, I think. You know, कि आप जाके और आप आपकी जरूरत पड़ेगी तो हम बताएंगे, and you sort of chill out back in Indore. And then I remember in 22 season, he met Sanjay Jagdale, the former BCI secretary who belongs to Indore and MPCA at a gym, and संजय जगदाले सर asked him कि तुम यहाँ क्या करोगे, तुम आईपीएल खेलने नहीं गए आप? तो बोले नहीं सर, मैं आ गया हूँ, मेरे को टीम ने रिलीज कर दिया। अभी रिलीज मतलब सॉर्ट ऑफ बोला है कि भाई आप की अभी फिलहाल स्क्वाड में जरूरत नहीं है, हम जरूरत पड़ेगी तो बुला लेंगे। एंड देन द सेम गाय वाज कॉल्ड बैक सडनली, मे बी सम इंजरी हैपेंड और समथिंग, एंड ही स्मैश्ड अ 100, आई थिंक बिकेम द फर्स्ट इंडियन बैटर टू स्मैश अ 100 in the IPL history in the playoffs that year in 22. And he just took off after that. His career has just taken off in terms of IPL. Sadly वो इंग्लैंड के अगेंस्ट उनका डेब्यू हुआ, टेस्ट डेब्यू हुआ, और वो बहुत नर्वस हो गए, स्टेज फ्राइट हुआ उनको। उनको 2-3 टेस्ट मैच मिले, जस्ट कुड नॉट परफॉर्म एंड वाज हैज बीन ड्रॉप्ड सिंस देन. But his T20 batting has gone to another level. In fact, I think he's a serious contender now for a spot in the Indian T20 side. Although I know there's tremendous competition for spots around in that team, and Rajat will obviously find it pretty hard to break through. But he's in the form of his life when it comes to T20 cricket, which is why I think MPCA MP made him the captain. Chandu sir, Chandrakant Pandit made him the captain, and he led them to the final last year in domestic cricket. This season also, I mean, I think in terms of spin, I think he and Shreyas Iyer and Rishabh Pant are the three most complete players of spin bowling we have in Indian cricket today. All three have phenomenal footwork against spin, and they just murder spin. And Rajat is also one amongst them. He's a top quality batter. I remember a few years back, around 22 only, the NPC officials told me that हमारा नुकसान नहीं है, he can keep playing for MP. But a guy with such talent deserves to play for India.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Unfortunately, he could not convert. That could not convert those chances that he got at the top level. But I hope that going forward, he's sort of gets another opportunity, another crack at the India cap, and he is able to show off his talent the way he's been batting in the IPL so far. And I think captaincy has also really suited him and given him that added responsibility has worked well for him. And clearly, with the support of Virat Kohli, he's gone on to another level and he's raised his game.
Yeah. Fortunately, Dwaipan, Rajat Patidar and his team have not had to take tough calls like Mumbai and Chennai have had to take with retiring their players. Tilak Verma, you already had two players being retired, Tilak Verma, and then you had Devon Conway as well. Where do you stand on this whole debate that's going on? Because clearly, Tilak Verma we can understand, but Devon Conway as well. Uh, would you have done that?
No, Chandresh, I was more surprised with the Tilak Verma decision, because Tilak Verma, the player that he is, he can bring that big shot out of nowhere. And at the time when Tilak Verma was retired, and who was coming in place of him? Santner. Santner is no massive six hitter. CSK at least took that call at a time when there were 3 overs left, and Jadeja is known to hit sixes at the crunch. So I don't think the Conway decision was that weird. I was very surprised with the Tilak Verma decision for two reasons. A, Tilak Verma, the player that he is, he can just explode out of nowhere. And B, the timing of the decision, because they did not leave Santner enough balls to even connect, and Santner is not the player to come in place of Tilak Verma to hit sixes.
Yeah, Gaurav, where do you stand on this debate?
I think Tilak Verma was, and I did a story around that because my sources told me clearly that Tilak was struggling to hit the ball that night purely because of the finger niggles that he had. He got hit in the nets the previous day, and which is why he played as an impact player in that game, and he could not make a difference and was struggling. I mean, I think he almost run a ball ही बनाया था उन्होंने उस match में. By the time he was asked to go, I agree that perhaps they could have still MI could have still stuck on him, but then I think Santner also has a knack of producing the big hit. perhaps which is why Mahila, and that was a call taken by Mahila before people point fingers at Hardik, so I think that was the idea behind that. Ki maybe a fresher pair of hands will be able to give Hardik more support and more strike at least, if not this thing. So maybe that was the thinking, and obviously a lot was made around that. With we had these viral pictures of videos of Surya Kumar Yadav looking upset at the decision. But let me tell you, nobody in the team was upset. They all understood the situation and why it was done. It was an extremely one-off kind of a situation. And in the next game, we all saw what Tilak can do. Almost took in company of with Hardik Pandya, MI home versus RCB at Wankhede. So I think these things will keep happening. Devon Conway is also no less as an absolute superstar of a batsman, and yet he was retired out the other day by CSK. I think the trend was started by R. Ashwin in the 22 IPL at the Wankhede Stadium. I remember he suddenly ran away to the pavilion, and before anybody could understand, and then people realized the scorers also didn't know ki kya karna hai. Before they were told ki he has himself retired himself out. So I think this trend will be here to stay because you only have 20 overs and you have the impact player. Impact player is basically the extra batsman coming in so that we can all see 250 scores around 220, 230, 250, which the telecaster wants. Let's face it. So I think in this kind of a situation where you have 8 to 9 batsmen playing in a team, I think the impact player, the impact player rule being available, people will use more of this retired out option.
Yeah, Dwepan, just to build on that, we have looked at the teams that are not doing well, strategies that have worked, not worked. But one name who has not worked so far in this season has been Rashid Khan. What do you make about his like off-color season so far? Sai Kishore has outballed him to a large extent.
Yes, actually, Rashid Khan is coming back from after the injury. He hasn't been the bowler that he is, and what I was listening to the analysis and all, like probably teams are now playing him like a medium pacer and waiting for that ball that comes in and hitting through the line. So there is something missing in his game, that mystery around him, that fast leg he used to bowl it very fast and the reaction time used to be less. That probably teams have started sorting it out, and that is where he has lost a little bit of that aura in him. But having said that, Rashid Khan is still a champion bowler, and I saw him in the T20 World Cup. The way he was carrying that Afghanistan attack, that was phenomenal. So I really do not think he has gotten worse. Probably these players, these Indian players, they know how to play spin and they're playing him well. So that is the thing. But there could be, the way Gujarat Titans is going, they look like a top four team, and Rashid Khan could be back in among the wickets anytime soon. Like I don't see him having a very bad season, that as bad as it seems right now. And Sai Kishore, on the other hand, has been on the fringes. He was is a CSK. He was there 2 seasons, didn't get a game. GT first season he got 4 5 games from them. Slowly he has shaped up, and he has played, understands domestic cricket very well. Leads Tamil Nadu, has a very sub six, less than six economy rate in T20 domestic T20 cricket. So he's a canny bowler. He's an intelligent bowler. He has shaped up well, and using all that experience, he's at his prime. And under Ashish Nehra, all bowlers start looking good, because this is a guy who can get the best out of bowlers. So I think this Gujarat Titans is in good hands. Like I did not have so much faith in them when it all started, but they're really looking good.
Gaurav, just on that same point, we have the Gujarat Titans versus Rajasthan Royals match. The toss is supposed to happen in just 4 minutes. We'll be looking at the toss as well. There's 4 minutes to go for this toss, match number 23 at the world's biggest cricket stadium. Gaurav, how big a miss is it for Gujarat that Rashid has not fired? And once he starts firing, Gujarat Titans will become like this unstoppable force.
They are already looking a very impressive force. Let me tell you that they're already. I mean, the way Sai Kishore has been bowling, the way Washi batted in the last match, the way Shubman Gill has been batting, both the sides,
Gaurav,
opener.
Gaurav, just a minute. Just look at the face of Dwapa and Datta here. Just the number of names that you took, all are Chennai boys or Tamil Nadu boys. Just look at his face. He's beaming with pride as if they're his own sons. Go on.
Well, no doubt. I mean, CSK. I mean, sorry. It's actually it sounds more like a CSK team. GT. I mean, Sai Sudarshan has been. I don't understand why. How has this thing
and
happened that
and
you got
these are all
IPL?
TNPL products, by the way. They have all
Amazing.
done well for in TNPL. It is actually this CSK's kind of this rigidity of not playing players who haven't played international cricket. That is where it, it's hurting
It's the
them
same
on.
with MI. MI has nothing to do. Mumbai Indians have nothing to do with local talent. They don't believe in local talent. They'll get
Yeah.
players from everywhere. They will get a Potu, they will get a Ashwini Kumar, all very talented players. They have an excellent talent scouting system. But they will keep ignoring the local talent. They've never gone for the local guys like Yashasvi Jaiswal, who was in the news for shifting to Goa recently, or we had Prithvi Shaw when he arrived with a bang. Or anybody else. They will go for a Rohit Sharma when he's already proved himself in international cricket, or a Surya Kumar Yadav when he's already proved himself with KKR. But they will not be the first to punt on a Mumbai player. So I think वो local flavor अब बिल्कुल जा चुका है IPL से. Wherein a local team would sort of put their heart and soul into a local player and give him that backing. And I wish it returns. I don't know. I mean, so something that I feel, and I've spoken to a lot of people about it, and I think that thing needs to come to come through somewhere. Then wherein you tell the franchises that boss, this is your local area from where you have to play a few players in your keep a few players in your squad at least, if not play them in the 11. Mandatorily, you have to pick them in the auction. Maybe that is when the local that flavor will return, and some sort of a nursery will build for in case of all the teams. So I mean, if you see GT, it's all Sai Sudarshan opening kar rahe hain with Gill. Sai Sudarshan has been batting so brilliantly. He has made a case for himself for India again now with the way he's been batting. Okay, I wish he could do that with CSK. But overall, GT are looking very good. I don't know Rabada क्यों घर चले गए. Suddenly किस बात से नाराज हुए क्या हुआ? He didn't seem too happy to be playing in this IPL. उन्होंने इंटरव्यू दिया इसमें उन्होंने बोला कि मुझे तो ये मतलब IPL it should be renamed as batting. Cricket should be renamed as batting in IPL. He wasn't too happy with the flat pitches and the impact player and all that. Or maybe he's been preserved by Cricket South Africa in consultation with BCCI, with permission from BCCI for the WTC final. But minus him also, the attack is looking very good. With Ishant Sharma has been fairly decent. And Glenn Phillips, we know वो कैसी building करते हैं. Overall, I think, and Sherfin Rutherford, my God, he has been the star of their batting. I think the way he's been finishing off games, touch करते हैं ball six निकल जाता है. Typical West Indian power and flair that he has. And if Rashid Khan, as Chandra said, if Rashid Khan comes to the party, then we are looking at a extremely formidable team. And Siraj has been in absolutely sensational form. I think he's trolling Rohit Sharma with every ball, every delivery that he's bowling. So I think overall it looks a team good enough to win the IPL.
Yeah, it's almost toss time at the Ahmedabad Stadium, the game between Gujarat Titans and Rajasthan Royals. We'll just shortly update you on what happens at the toss. Dwapa, just a quick word on the Rajasthan lineup. Finally, Sanju's on the field, and Jofra is bowling with a lot of fire. So that makes the team also all the more dangerous.
Exactly. Like yeah, they are like see their batting was always good. It was always good. The worry was the pace bowling, but this Jofra Archer suddenly springing to life. They are looking a different unit altogether. And these two spinners, especially Vanindu Hasaranga, is a very good spinner. Let me tell you, he's a very good spinner for IPL. And Thikshana has been there, done that. He has played a lot of IPL cricket, so he understands the dynamics of it. Tushar is again a player who has played a lot, understands everything. So this is again a team that things are falling into place. Like The moment this Jofra Archer has started bowling well, this team is looking completely different. And their batting was always good. I was always convinced about their batting. That Yashasvi Jaiswal, Riyan Parag, Nitish Rana, Sanju Samson, this is Dhruv Judel. These are all top quality batters, like players in current players, current form, hot players. So. They will be there, they will be pushing. I don't know whether they will make the top 4, but they will be there and thereabouts. They will be a very, very dangerous floater.
So, just to update you guys watching us right now, Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and have elected to bowl because the skipper Sanju Samson says that he expects Dew to play a role in the game later on. So he's guarding against that and opting to bowl first. So that's an interesting move. Before we let you go, gentlemen, Gaurav, who's winning this match, Gujarat or Rajasthan?
Gujarat, I think, the way they've been playing, I would bet on Gujarat. They're looking more consistent. But then RR with Jofra's pace will be a very tough nut to crack. With Jofra firing on all cylinders now.
Dwepan, final word to you. Who's winning this contest, Gujarat or Rajasthan?
I think Gujarat is a form team, and they may they may just pull through. Yeah.
Yeah, Dwaipan's pick of Gujarat does not have anything to do with the fact that there are three Tamil Nadu players in the squad. We want to put that disclaimer out right at this end of this chat. Thanks a lot, Gaurav and Dwaipan, for joining us today on TUI Sports Beyond the Boundary. We'll be back again tomorrow with more discussion around the IPL. And to all of you watching us at home on whichever platform that you're watching us, remember to like, share, and subscribe us. And if you're on YouTube, do like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell and be part of this conversation right through this T20 season. That's it for today, gentlemen. Thanks a lot for joining us. And to all the viewers, take good care of yourselves. It's goodbye, good night, and God bless.